Hey everyone, how's it going? It's Cali Hiker, and today we're going to be doing a review on White Wolf Campground in Yosemite National Park. Now this is a walk-in only campsite. You cannot make a reservation for it. Price is 18 bucks per night, unless of course you're a holdover senior or access pass, and then your price is $9 per night. You can see here just some general rules. Give you a quick shot of those real quick. This is where you pick up the money envelope. It's very easy to see. It's at the very beginning of the campground. You see all these signposts. Pick one of these up, you fill it out all the way, and then on this back side is where you put this on your campsite. There's a little pole with a clip. You just clip it on there. No refunds. Once you put the cash in there, you just put it in the metal iron box, and you've basically paid for your campsite. As you can see, we're in bear habitat, which means that food storage is a must. If you don't store your food properly and the rangers catch you, they're going to fine you. It's not a question of if, it's just a question of how much you're going to get fined. So it's very important that you store your food properly. That means all food needs to be in the bear box. You do not leave your food unattended at any time. Everyone needs to be within eyesight of the food, or at least at the picnic table. Okay, so it looks like there used to be a payphone here, but of course it's been taken out. It looks like they gave up on that a long time ago. You can see over here, and I'm going to include a photo of this little map of White Wolf Campground. This gives you a map of the campground. For those of you that's wondering, there is a White Wolf Lodge, which is basically a restaurant/store, and then there's 10 cabins in this area. It's closed for this season already. In fact, White Wolf's about to close. Some seasons usually only from about June or July until about mid to late September. So being that when mid-September, we only got about a week left before it closes. You can see it looks like there's a total of 74 sites, give or take. You can see these are the outlying sites. Generally speaking, these sites are nicer because you have no one behind you, and then this is the inside of the campground. These little purple things right here, I believe those are like the rock outcroppings that kids like to climb. You can see we've got a couple bathrooms. You got one here, and one here. Camp host is in site 51. This is the trail that'll take you to Hardin Lake. It starts out as an old road, but it's just now a trail. This is the trail that'll take you to Lucan's Lake. Now, of course, these are more campground regulations. For instance, you only have 14 days total between May 1st and September 15th each year. Maximum 6 people per campsite, including children. 2 vehicles per campsite. Checkouts at noon. Quiet hours between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. Use generators between 7 and 7 p.m. only. Use only provided grills. Gather only down and dead firewood that must fit in the fire ring. Bears, proper food storage. Pets have to be on leashes at all times. Dishwashing, scrap food in the trash. Do not drain dishwater or sewage onto the ground. Dump gray water only into toilets and restrooms. RVs must use dump station at Tuolumne Meadows or Yosemite Valley. You see they have recycling bins as well as dumpsters for trash. Also, do not dig or level sites or move any boulders. Do not move the picnic tables from site to site. Do not use nails, axes, or knives into trees, and no extension cords from the restroom outlets. Hint, hint, the restroom outlets actually are not turned on, so you can plug it in. It's not going to do anything. Yeah, the maintenance workers have that electricity turned off year-round. You're not going to be able to use it. Emergencies, you need to call 911. Also, another hint, you're probably not going to get a cell phone signal out here unless you have amazing cell phone service or unless you have a satellite phone. Now, this is the food storage regulation thing. You can see pretty simple, just like most other campsites in bear country. This is a bear box, pretty simple to open. They're designed so that bears cannot open them. All your food, including your cooler, must be in the bear box when the site is left unattended. And even at night when you're sleeping, everything must fit in the bear box. Without it fitting, you're going to get ticketed if they catch you. Okay, so now we're going to continue over to this sign over here, and this is just going to show you real quick. There is a mountain lions in the area. Never been a mountain lion attack here as far as I know. Also got to watch out for hantavirus, which is from the mice. And this is just the generator hours, apparently, when they allow it to be used. Anyway, now we're going to go and actually find a decent campsite and show you what one looks like. So this is the White Wolf Campground Amphitheater, or Campfire Circle. This is where they have all the programs in the summer at nights. You can see it's basically pretty decent looking composite benches. That's where they keep all the supplies in those little boxes when they're actually open for the season. And you got your campfire. You can also see in this area, we're kind of just like in the middle of this campground right now. I mean, geographically speaking, we are in the middle. I mean, but you can see in this area there's not a whole lot of big rocks for kids to climb. There are a couple of small ones, but the bigger rocks are in that direction over there. I'll go show you to those in a little bit. I was able to find the site. I was able to find, this is on the outer loop, site 24. Only one I could find that was open on the outer loop at the moment. You can see, you just stick your little pay stub right here to show that you bought the site for however many nights. And that's how you prove that you bought it. As far as the campsites that are around the site, you can see there's one right over there, one directly across the street, and one over there. Now we're going to go into the campsite, show you guys what it looks like. And again, this is just a sample campsite. I'm not going to shoot every one. I don't have that type of time. I just picked one that seemed decent that was open. For some reason you have 2 bear boxes in this campground, although that one is a newer one, so I'm assuming they just replaced one and just left the other one. You have your big picnic table with the little extended end, and then you have your fire pit over here that has the grill rack that you can use if you don't have your own grill. Of course, you can't bring your own grill because you have to grill within the fire pit. You can see directly behind is nothing but wilderness. Plenty of trees. Interesting fact, though, is that if you don't have firewood, what you can do is just pick up firewood from within the campground and use that. You'll notice that at White Wolf Campground, there's not a lot of firewood because it's pretty much well picked over every year. And by the end of the season, there's not much left but scrap, pine cones, stuff like that. Now this campsite, interestingly enough, has, as you can see, quite a few trees. So if you like hammock camping, you could easily do that here. Although I will say that up here when the campground is open at White Wolf, temperatures, because we're at 8,000 feet at night, will plummet down into the 20s and the 30s almost every night. So with that in mind, of course, you want to, if you're hammock camping or any type of camping, you want to make sure you have plenty of warm stuff to keep you warm. Bundle up, in other words. This is how you open them, by the way. You just go like this. There's a little lever and it opens. See, there's quite a bit of space. You can easily fit a pretty decent sized cooler in there. You have to put the coolers in the bear boxes whether they have anything in them or not. The bears are actually smart enough to know that a cooler equals food. So even if it's empty, they're still going to mess with it. Anyway, let's see, what else are we going to have to show you? I think next we're going to go to the group campsite and then maybe show you the climbing rocks that are in the center of the campground. Real quick, this is Site 31. You can see that's actually not Site 31. I believe this is Site 31. Well, maybe that is Site 31. Okay, the point is that in the center, which, we're in the center loop right now, the campsites are pretty close to each other. There's not much blocking the view of your neighbor. So if you want more privacy, you definitely want to get the outside loop. Anyway, we're going to make our way over to way over there. There's some climbing rocks. I just want to show them to you real quick. It's great entertainment for the kids, although you should definitely keep your eyes on your kids, because if you go outside of this campground and just start walking that way, there's nothing out there. Like nothing. You could easily get lost. So you definitely want to keep an eye on your kids. That's also important. Thought I should mention that in this video. Everyone, before I show you guys the giant rock that kids can climb on, I thought I'd show you one of the bathroom buildings. This is the sink where you just get water. It does have potable water. Do not clean your dishes in this sink. It's very difficult to be cleaned and it'll clog it. You can see down there's an emergency release valve. You try and clean your dishes here and you get caught, they're going to give you a ticket. You're not supposed to do that. It's in the rules. It tells you what you should do to clean your dishes. This is simply for getting water, putting it in buckets, and getting it back to your campsite, or if you actually need water to drink. Okay, everyone, again, heading towards the rock. I thought I'd show you guys what the road system in this campground looks like. 1-lane road, one way. You need to follow the one-way signs. You definitely don't want to get in a head-on collision here. You can see the roads are not in the best shape. They're better than they were a couple years ago. They've done some maintenance, but still they're pretty badly degraded. There's not huge potholes like there used to be, but I mean, it could definitely use a facelift as far as the roads go. Like I said, pretty much the whole campground, it's one lane, so there's not enough space for you to pass someone. As for those of you that have big trailers, I believe if you go online, it'll show you how big your trailer can be to get in here. If it's bigger than whatever the length is and they're not supposed to be in here, you're not going to fit, one of those 40 or 50-foot long, buses in here. People do, tow in maybe like 21-foot, 25-foot trailers, and they seem to do it okay. It's just that you can see that rock right there, the trees. There are some areas where they're right against the road, so you really have to be careful. Now this is just one of the giant climbing rocks. You can see it's actually pretty decent. Kids love climbing these things. If you have young kids, definitely, they're going to want to climb these. There's nothing inherently dangerous about them. I mean, there are some cracks that, if they fall their leg into, they might end up twisting a bone, but for the most part, they're pretty safe to climb. It's one of the main attractions for this campsite, other than the fact that it's kind of in the middle of nowhere and it's pretty peaceful, generally speaking, at night. Anyway, I'm going to go show you guys group camp. That might be the last thing we show you. Okay, everyone. This is the little pathway down the group. That's actually not group camp. It's backpacker camp. There's no group camp here. I keep messing up on that. Anyway, backpacker camp. You have to have a wilderness permit to camp there. You have to be a backpacker. See, they put this giant rock in the way. Needless to say, people still try and squeeze in between here. I kid you not. I have seen people, on the many times I've camped here, squeeze their vehicle through here and literally scrape the side of their car on this rock just so they can get in here to get a campsite. And then they get kicked out, so they usually scrape their vehicle again. Anyway, I'm going to walk down here and show you guys the few sites that are down here. Huh. You can see someone squeeze their vehicle in here. Look, maybe they didn't scrape their vehicle. Huh. Well, everyone. Anyway, I was going to show you. You see there's another giant rock wall right here. This is basically what the campsites look like. Pretty similar to everyone else. There's really no difference. Except, that down here you're a backpacker. Anyway. I think there's like 4 or 5 of these things. I don't even remember how many there are. That's just, they're right next to each other. Just thought I'd show you guys this. And, this guy that thinks he's special and that he deserves special treatment. Anyway, everyone, that's pretty much the basic overview of White Wolf Campground. It's got a backpackers camp, and then it's got regular camping, all of which are first come, first serve, no reservations. Generally speaking, White Wolf is pretty much a family campground. You generally don't have too many issues up here. However, of course, there always seems to be the presence of marijuana smoke. But what are you going to do? It's California. Still illegal inside of Yosemite, but hey, it's not like anyone ever actually pays attention to the laws. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this review of White Wolf Campground. Hopefully it answered some of your questions. And if you have any more questions, I might have an answer for you, so just put them in the comment section. Hope you guys have a good rest of your day.